And I took the money from that and I put it aside so I could pay for the trademark through the Patent and Trademark Office. We had to get our treat analyzed in the state of Virginia. It has to be sent to a lab. I wanted to do everything right so that there was no question of our legitimacy, kind of like from the beginning. And so Brian got spared a lot of that kind of like paperwork. He was more of the, more of this is why we're doing it. Mm-hmm. And what I wanted then to do once we got all of kind of the legalities and all the compliance and all of the stuff kind of set is that I wanted it to be a charity. I wanted it to be a nonprofit because I didn't ever, this was nothing in my heart. It's not about the money. It's about being able to provide the opportunity for Brian and also for other people just like him.
So quick question while we're on this, and it's fascinating to hear. So anybody out there listening or that will be listening that has an idea of doing a nonprofit, two questions. How long did it take, like you said, to go through the legalities? Mm-hmm. Just to, 7, 8, just to let people know it wasn't like a few weeks. And then, or was it a few weeks maybe? And then did you bring in like legal help from the state, or did you have somebody help you with forming it?
Those are great questions. I actually was able to, I think working for the government, I kind of had a better sense of confidence in terms of navigating kind of the bureaucracy. So, I did my research and I figured, it's actually, if you go onto the IRS website, you can do a search and you can figure out how do I become a nonprofit. And most agencies like benevolent societies, things like that are doing public good, it's actually fairly easy to fill out the forms and, state what your purpose is and things like that. It doesn't cost you anything to become a nonprofit from an IRS standpoint. And I would say probably that took about 2 to 3 months. And we officially became a nonprofit in October of 2018. Of course, I've been setting the stage for this since 2016 or so, all coordinating in between my official retirement from my public servant career in September of 2017. But in order to be a nonprofit and to do it the right way, you also want to have a board so that you can have the guidance of other people who might have experience in different fields, such as legal, such as fundraising, such as business management, accounting, things like that. And it was very important for me to have parent representation for people, not just myself and my husband, Bob, who were the parents of Brian, but we also wanted to draw in other families who might have some skin in the game, so to speak, who would want to see the success of this nonprofit because they know that it would be benefiting their son or daughter as well. So we formed an initial board. We got incorporated in the state of Virginia. I think the incorporation, the state kind of process was a little bit more daunting. Rather than kind of just applying for the nonprofit status, because there's, in order to be able to raise funds, there's paperwork for that. In order to, then you got to get your business license, and then you got to we're a dog treat company, even though our treats are human grade, but we had to get feed license, and we had to get a product registration, and all of those things, and it just took some time to kind of read through things and understand the process. And like I said, this was not anything that I had envisioned that I would be doing in retirement.